Hello everyone and welcome to CadoinkStudios. I have for you today another community replay, this time sent to me by ForsakeNXE. And it is ForsakeNXE spawning as the Red Terran, and his opponent is the Blue Zerg ZBR. Looks like a little bit of, I would say, German being spoken. I'm not sure, I don't speak German. Definitely not English, but it's very exciting to me that someone sent me a replay who might be out of the States. I just think that is the coolest thing ever, that I might get some European viewers. I actually just came back from Europe, and I'm getting back into casting now that I'm back home. Very excited to do that. So this is a master level TvZ that Forsake sent to me. It is on Entombed Valley. They are in cross spawns, cross positions, so I'm very excited to cast this game. It is Entombed Valley. It's the GSL version, so these spawns might be forced, as many of the pro players don't like these spawns to the side like this, because then you're kind of fighting for the space right here, which tends to be very obnoxious for both players. So it looks like Forsake is building his barracks. He's probably going to be going for some sort of early expand build, as he did not build his gas at 13. Either a 15 gas into expand or a gasless expand, which is something that's become very, very common, especially on the master level. So I kind of suspect we'll see a gasless expand coming out for Forsake. In the meantime, his opponent ZBR is going for that very early hatchery, getting the hatch before the spawning pool. Very common play. Also sending his Overlord down and an Overlord to the side just to scout all the positions. And the gas was not taken at 15, so this is indeed going to be a gasless expand. What you can actually do is take your expansion, and then soon afterwards you can take double gas if you want to, or you can just stick to barracks and continue to produce Marines and take the gas a little bit later. Both are very viable, very strong options for Terran players, and so we'll have to see what Forsake opts to do. In the meantime, ZBR finally put down his spawning pool. Nothing too out of the ordinary. He's scouting around with a drone, probably just checking for bunkers or any kind of early pressure, as he has not yet seen his opponent. Overlord's just now getting to this bottom base, and he doesn't have anything coming down to the cross spawn position. Forsake did finally put down his command center, so he will have that up soon. Also continuing to wall off, even working on walling off this area right here. Something that Marine King loves to do is build 4 barracks. It's actually a very, very effective wall. I've seen Marine King build 4 barracks, start producing Marines, and then a little bit later lift all his barracks up, move it into the main, and then re-wall with 4 more barracks. Very, very sick play, and so we do have 2 more barracks going down for Forsake. Looks like he wants to be going for some sort of bio play. And just like I said, he's putting down 2 gas refineries at roughly around the same time, so his gas production will kind of shoot up very, very quickly. His opponent is not building any gas at this time, so he's working on really just droning up and getting a lot of minerals. Probably going to be taking a 3rd base very, very soon. He's getting his queens out, going to be trying to spread that creep out, producing 2 more queens actually. I think this replay is probably, yes, range 9 attack for the queens. Oh, wait a minute. No, range 5, range 7. Okay. I think the range is up to 8 now. I don't remember the range of the queen, so I don't know when this is. I do apologize for not knowing that. But regardless, queens are still very good. He will be able to get his creep spread out. These extra queens are going to be able to help destroy these destructible rocks. He is going to be taking that 3rd very, very quickly here at the 6-minute mark. In the meantime, Forsake is getting a very, very early engineering bay. Also going to be walling off with that supply depot, continuing to produce Marines. Also has that tech lab, so he can be getting combat shield up a little bit later than he could have gotten, but he opted to go for more Marines first and then get the combat shield later. Can be very, very effective for defending early on because you have this wall here. Also going to be getting a reactor, so he will be able to produce a ton of Marines. Opting not to get any gas too soon at these geysers. Probably going to be waiting for a little while. Might not be going for any kind of tank play or anything like that. Probably just sticking to Marines for a while. And then later going to be transitioning and getting those medevacs out. In the meantime, we do have ZBR producing a lot of creep tumors. He will be spreading his creep across the map. Also still trying to take down those destructible rocks which are about to fall. Finally did get his gas up, and he's getting that Zergling speed metabolic boost. And we'll see what he decides to transition into. He does have 3 geysers. He could get a 4th one, and that would kind of indicate a kind of desire to go for Mutalisk play. He is getting his lair up, and he's getting that Baneling Nest as well. Interestingly, no Evo Chambers, but in the meantime, Forsake is moving forward with his Marines now that Combat Shield is done. We'll be able to pick off this Overlord and actually do a lot of damage. He could get this hatchery if these Zerglings don't pop out in time. He's kind of stutter-stepping his Marines around. Some Spine Crawlers are being planted down. Looks like the hatchery is getting dangerously low. He's trying to target it down. He really wants it to go down before these Zerglings are able to kill him. Getting dangerously low, and yes, he is indeed going to take the hatchery down. Great play by Forsaken, and he even is going to get he's able to get a few more Zerglings, maybe some drone kills as well. Finally see the Evo Chambers going down for ZBR. If you lose a hatchery like that, you really want to start getting upgrades so you have some sort of advantage. We also see he's going to be trying to do a counterattack. However, very unfortunately for him, there is a nice wall here that will protect Forsake. By the way, if your name is Forsaken, if that capital N is not part of NXE and it's ForsakeNXE, just let me know. Please post in the comments. I'm just assuming, since that's all capitalized, that it is just Forsake, and that the NXE is your clan or your team. In the meantime, we do see another orbital command coming out for Forsake. He will be taking his 3rd very shortly. After you destroy your opponent's 3rd, it's very, very good to take an expansion of your own so you can catch further ahead, so that is very good. He's also getting that +1 armor. And producing some Marauders as well at this time. Very interesting. He has Stim on the way. He does not have Concussive Shell yet. And he is, of course, going for those very, very awesome medevacs. And getting another engineering bay as well as an armory. And as you can see on this starport, Forsake was very fortunate enough to go to BlizzCon 2011, which is super awesome. We can see that decal there on the starport. And yeah, he's just continuing to produce. He has 2 reactors now, so he can produce a lot of Marines at a time, 4 at a time, as well as the Marauders that he is producing. Going to be taking down those destructible rocks so that he can send his send some SCVs over and start mining out of that 3rd base. In the meantime, we see some sweet creep spread from ZBR. He really needs to start branching outwards. He's kind of going in a line towards his opponent's base, but I would like to see more stuff like this, more outshoots, so he can get vision of these little tiny areas to the sides, and make sure no Marines are coming up, no medevacs are flying forward. We see that he is producing some Mutalisks. Excuse me, kind of lost the word for a second. He did indeed take that 4th gas. He did take 2 more at his 3rd, and now he's kind of in full Mutalisk production, making sure he's getting that gas. His Mutalisks are quite gas heavy, even taking a 4th, which is oh so good when you're going Mutalisk play. You can't not have that gas. It's so important. But in the meantime, he's kind of in a vulnerable position taking that 4th, and now Forsake is able to move in with a lot of Marines. In fact, the +1 armor just finished, as well as Stim, so he can Stim forward, scan, and kill many of these off. The Mutalisks are just going to get crushed to this heavy Zergling play, but there are a lot of Banelings on the field, and if he lands some good Baneling hits, Forsake will be in a lot of trouble. The Banelings coming in with some Zerglings. Forsake starting to split up his army, doing some great job at splitting, dealing with these very, very slow Banelings, and he will force those back. Yeah, and now ZRB is in a lot of trouble, sending the Banelings in once again. Forsake moving his army, splitting as best as he can. The Banelings not getting the hits that they need to get. Just fantastic splits by Forsake. And now he's in a very commanding position with still a lot of Marines left, as well as 4 medevacs. The Mutas weren't able to take many of those down. And now he's moving forward, and oh, look at this, a lot of Overlords. In fact, if Forsake is able to pick them off, ZRB will be supply blocked. 2 of them going down already, 2 more on the way. He just needs to stem forward and run, and he can kill them. third one going down. If this fourth one goes down, he will be supply blocked, and yes, supply blocking his opponent and lifting up right before the Zerglings take him out. Fantastic play by Forsake. He is going to be running his units back as he did have them rallied forward, and he did the damage he needed to do. He just took down a lot of ZBR's units, and he was able to pick off those overlords and supply block his opponent. Fantastic play. I wonder if I've been saying ZRB instead of ZBR. I am a little bit dyslexic, especially when I'm speaking on the fly. And so now ZBR is going to have to go into full production. He needs an army. He's building a lot of drones, which I think is a bit risky considering how much damage his opponent was able to do to him. And so he will be moving around with his Mutalisks, but they are spotted and moving forward with the Marines. He's able to pick off 2 of them. Third one might be able to go down. Nope. And doing a scan just to check where those Banelings are. He will have to move those forwards. Baneling speed is not yet finished. A few more of the Mutalisks are hit by the Marine fire. And now he's moving forward, taking out a lot of these Banelings before they're even able to hit. A lot more morphing in. If they morph in time, he might be able to do some damage. Some good Baneling hits going down, but some more splitting is going on by Forsake. And oh, this is just looking so bad for ZBR as a lot of damage is being done by Forsake, lifting up into the medevac once again and pulling back to reinforce with some more Marines. And look at this medevac count. It's just climbing and climbing. He is at 10 medevacs at this time, which the medevacs, you can't underestimate the power of medevacs. Moving forward, killing a lot of these Zerglings and just making these little trades that are so useful. Look at the units lost. It's really quite incredible. It's almost double for Forsake, so he's doing just a great job. He's going to be moving around, getting some good vision, a nice spread with his army, and continuing to pump out Marines 11 at a time. Just doing some awesome damage and furthering his supply gap, which he is ahead by 60. Excuse me. And his army supply is looking really, really good at this time. Also taking a 4th base to boost his income and keep it ahead with the Zerg player, as Zergs have a really, really strong income, able to drone up very, very quickly. And now he's moving forward once again with the Marines, splitting them as best he can against those Banelings. The Banelings finally do have speed. He is clumping a little bit. A lot of Marines go down to those Banelings. Very nice play by ZBR, taking a lot of Marines down. But just look at this medevac count. It's up to 14. The medevac's just keeping these Marines alive as long as he can and just relentless attacking, never stopping, always sending his units forward. Some Zerglings coming in, but the Zerglings are going to have a very, very difficult time against these Marines with Stim and with all these medevacs. They basically will never lose their health, and more Marines coming in to reinforce will force those Zerglings back. Yeah, just relentless attacking. In the meantime, we do have an infestation pit finished, 4 infestors on the way, pathogen glands just finished up, so if he can get some good fungal growths, a great fungal growth like that, able to take these medevacs and do a lot of damage to him. If he can continue to keep these medevacs locked down, he might be able to destroy some of them. Some Banelings moving in. He is splitting as best as he can. The Banelings actually landing some nice lands, but still, my goodness, just this incredible splitting by Forsake. So many medevacs on the field, and he's just doing tons of damage, and now he is in a commanding position. 18 Zerglings on the way to try to reinforce this. Some spine crawlers and spore crawlers up in the top, but not doing anything at this time. +3 coming out for Forsake, and wow, I am amazed at how aggressive Forsake is, constantly moving forward, actually sending some Marines over to the natural as well, doing some damage, trying to pick off those reinforcing Zerglings, and the 3rd is going to go down, excuse me, the 4th. ZBR in very, very bad position, and there's the GG. Congratulations Forsake for an incredible game. Just, man, all that relentless attacking and aggression. I love that play. I love that kind of style by Terran players. So congratulations to you, Forsake, and ZBR. Excellent play by you as well. Very much loved seeing that creep spread as well as that base taking that you did. Very aggressive base taking. Just love that. So yeah, thank you so much, Forsake, for sending me this replay and giving me the opportunity to cast it. Please comment below and tell me whether I was saying it right, if it's Forsake or if it's Forsaken, and let me know what team you're on so I can give a shout out to them as well, if NXE is indeed a team. And yeah, please continue to send replays. Send those to CadoinkReplays@gmail.com. I should have a link in the description. Please try to limit it to 1 or 2 replays if possible. 1 would be best for me because then I can more accurately represent all the people who are sending me replays. It's kind of hard when someone sends me 6 and then someone sends me 1 and then someone else sends me 6. I'm kind of torn. And I have to cut a lot of replays that I'm not able to cast, especially when they're up in like 40-minute mark. I'll get an email with like 6 replays all in the 40-minute mark, and it's just not possible for me to cast all those. My voice will die eventually, and I want to make sure I'm casting everyone's game. So anyway, thank you so much, Forsake. I hope you enjoyed this cast. And hopefully more to come. Continue to send me replays and I will continue to cast them, especially now that I'm back. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.